Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about Temple Audio's pedalboard gear. So I ordered some stuff from a Canadian company called Temple Audio to build my new live pedalboard. So pedalboard I chose is this one. I can't remember now what it was called, but I'll put text. I think it was called 17 something. And you have these, side things you can move. So I'm planning to put a power cord there, and then just like a in and out for the pedal board, so I can just plug in and out from the board itself. Then there's a bunch of other stuff. These kind of platforms that you attach the pedals to the board, so you don't need a Velcro or 3M. So you kind of use these, which is really cool. And then because these have these holes, so you can place these anywhere. What else did I order? Mod 2X. So this is the 2X mod, the in and out kind of thing. Then I think I ordered a holder for my Voodoo Labs pedal power, so I can put that under. Here's the power cord. That's about it. So let me build the. Where did I have the? I think the holders. Yeah, here is the holders that I can attach the Voodoo Lab under here. So now I'm gonna go to my workspace room, where's my work table, and put this together. This is my current board. So you can see it's about the same size, but it's a little bit DIY with all the cabling and these power cords, and I always need to put the cables in and out here. Just wanted to make something that is more faster to load in, load out, and stuff. And these Velcros, they kind of hold there, but I've used like these plastic stuff to make the wall stay in there, because that's really heavy, so Velcro isn't enough. So I'm gonna tear this apart. I'm gonna use these same cables. Done. I'm gonna leave this. This is a Palmer board. This is a Palmer power supply. I'm just gonna leave this here, so this can add as my spare board or whatever if I ever need. So I have this ready to go. I'm removing the Velcro or the 3M from the pedals because I don't need this. So I'm gonna attach the the plates here. So I'm just gonna remove these and clean these bottoms so that the whatever they are called, these things, put it here and then you open this and screw it in place. Pretty handy. These have been here for probably 20-25 years, so it's a bit tight. Done. And then the rest. Okay, now the pedals are nicely there. They hold. They put them in the place with these. So just take one off, for example, and then you have this here on the bottom, and then you can place it back and take it out without the headache of Velcros and stuff. When I'm starting to put the cabling. These handles is really nice. Nice. Now I'm gonna put the Voodoo Lab pedal power to the bottom and then screw the power and input and output things here. And yeah. Well, I used two. One this bigger plate and one smaller plate here because the wall is really heavy and it's big. But yeah. Well, great. All right, now I have put it the ins and outs, the power thing, and Voodoo Lab pedal power here is in its place, the power cord and stuff. So starting to look pretty good. And this is it's just like half a centimeter space so it doesn't hit the ground. It's perfect. Alright, the board is done. Everything is nicely here, and I forgot that I had bought a new Boss noise suppressor, the NX1X. We're gonna try that out soon also. So everything is here really nicely. Some of the cables, these shorter ones, they are on top, but most of the cables go under, and this looks a bit, you know, because I didn't have the kind of the clips, I need to buy those. So I just duct tape these, and knowing me, these tapes are probably going to be here for the next 20 years or so. If it works, don't fix it, but I think I'll buy those so I can make the cables, you know, more nicely. And the pedal power is here amazingly well, stays nicely, gives power to pedals. So here is the input, goes to number 1, and then from here goes to the first pedal, which is the drop tuner for CYHRA, because we have a couple of songs that it uses B standards and drop tuning from that, because we tune the guitars to C and drop from that, so I don't need a separate guitar for a few songs, so I can just use this. Then from the drop it goes to tuner, from the tuner it goes to the input of the noise suppressor, and the send out from the noise suppressor goes to the wah-wah, then to super overdrive, then to chorus, out from chorus to return, and then output to delay, which I don't really use. It's in front of the amp. Sometimes I might use it on endings like wah, wah, to get this effect. But mostly the delays and all the lead boosts are done by our front of house mixer. So this is just kind of for effects. So I'm basically bone dry. I have one sound, one channel. I'm using the SD and volume controls and to get cleaner sounds. The wah is John Petrucci wah. And then from the delay, the signal goes here to number 2, and from number 2 it goes to the amp. So number 1 it comes from a wireless receiver, and then here's the power, and then on and off. So I will build a loom, large loom, you know, where the cables are. So going to stage, this on, chang chang chang, and then the signal goes to the side of the stage where my amp is, which is the BluGuitar AMP1 Iridium. And depending if I use a cabinet, then I use a cabinet, or if I play directly in line, then I use the New Neighbor Iconoclast. Because the good thing about the BluGuitar's AMP1 is it's a 100-watt nanotube amp, but you don't need necessarily a load with that, so I can run it directly to the PA by using a New Neighbor speaker simulator if I want. So let's go to my studio room and see how this sounds, or does it work. Alright, back in the studio or control room. So the board is here. Wah wah, like I showed you. So the signal now comes from guitar, and in here, live situation, especially with CYHRA, this comes from the wireless transmitter, and then the out, it goes to the amp, which is the BluGuitar's AMP1 Iridium. And now I'm running the amp to the Marshall cabinet with a Marshall vintage speaker mic with 2 SM57s in the Fredman style. Well, the signal actually goes first to the KHE amp switcher and then into these amps, and what I have on is the BluGuitar AMP1 and the bad boy. Yeah, so I can switch between this DI, and this cab sim is, you know, if and when I play directly in line, because no matter if I play with a cabinet, our front of house guy always wants to have this, because this is really good cab simulator. and I have a 2 out stereo, so it's a mono in, or it could be stereo in, but in my case mono in, stereo out, and I have a small amount of widening inside here, so he's able to then, you know, pan the guitars, add stereo delays or whatever he wants during the show. But what I have now is, like I said, guitar, pedal board, KHE, then 2 amps, then I'm attenuating a little bit the amps with the Fry's power station. I mean, this one, it sounds really good on a quiet volume, but I'll match it so it's as loud as the bad boy. So the settings are pretty much what's on here. Gain is 6, master 6, bass 8, mids 5, treble 6, and this overall master is, it's 7. It's just 3 here, but that's for the, so I'm not overloading this. So yeah, and when it's 3, the cabinet, it's actually, it's just a, you know, nice level on the stage, because this is a really, this is 100 watt nanotube amp. It's as loud as my old 800s. So yeah. So everything is in front of the amp, and then this drop, it just drops the guitar to 1/2 step down, like on hard rage we will use the drop. Now this is in drop B flat, and hard rage it's in drop A. It sounds weird because the cabinet is there. I'm monitoring myself via Eve Audio's SC307 on monitors, but I can obviously also hear this because I don't have in-ears, so it's like, you know. Because the guitar is still in the tuning it is, and you know, I'm dropping it, but now it's again drop B. And let's put it to C, which is the tuning we probably use the most. On the new album, the Vertigo Trigger, there's actually probably half of the songs are in drop B flat, but in a live situation it's maybe 2 out of 3 C, then the rest is drop B flat, then only 1 or 2 songs are in the drop A, where I use this one. And my clean sound is just this. I'm not really using the delay. Sometimes I might kick that in on some endings, like. But I played many shows where I haven't touched that. It's just there for, you know, for fun. And the new Boss noise suppressor, it's really good. I will do a separate video of that, but awesome, transparent, and you can really tailor it to, you know, to your needs. But now, so I've been playing now with the BluGuitar AMP1. Let's compare it to the bad boy. So BluGuitar first. They are really close. Obviously, it's not completely the same, because nothing is completely the same than Bad Boy or any other amp. But to me, this is, I remember the first time I tried this, I couldn't believe what I was feeling and hearing, because it's analog device, no latency. It's just awesome. Not just awesome live amp because it's so small, but awesome amp in general. It has 4 channels, clean, which is completely clean, vintage, which is kind of plexi. The classic channel, what I'm using now, that's kind of like 800, or pretty much like 800, and the bad boy. And the modern, which is kind of modern type high gain stuff. And then there's the side controls. Somebody has asked me many times how I set them. I don't remember, because I've taped this whole thing, as you know, live. And when you know, carry these, I don't want anything to touch it. But if I remember correct, the tone on this classic channel is probably somewhere, I don't really remember, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I think I had some point I had it completely full, but it was a bit too, so I backed it up. I don't remember, just where, okay, yeah, there it feels good. Then I taped that, because I don't use any of these boost or whatever. Because this amp, this whole setup, this is on the side of the stage or on top of the cabinet, like your normal head, and nothing in the loop, really basic, 1 channel. I don't switch these. I've just marked these, just, you know, so I know what's going on there, but I don't touch these. This is, to me, this is 1 channel old JCM800, or it's a lot else, but for my needs, that's all I need. Then I do the rest of the stuff with my hand. So really handy pedal board. Let me bypass the, which one I had, I don't even remember. I think I played with the BluGuitar last time. So there, yeah, because they're so similar. Let's turn the master down. So here, you know, there's in and out and color codes. Sometimes in a live situation, if I'm doing the loading or check, you know, you need to have a simple, like, you know, your visible green goes to green, and in, pink goes to pink, and that's out, power. These I'm gonna order a kind of this cable loom from Finnish company called Custom Boards. I had one, but I think I had that for like 10 years, then it kind of gave up. So these cables, these are 10 meter long. Then I have a 10 meter power cable. So all power goes, you know, to the side of the stage. So the amp, everything, the pedals, they get their power from the same source. So it's as quiet as it can be. But yeah, the loom. Then I'm gonna also order those cable clips from Custom Boards. And here is the Voodoo Labs pedal power. I'll put links to Temple Audio's website and to BluGuitar site if you wanna check these out. I can strongly recommend both the amp and the pedal board. I almost forgot where and how I'm carrying these. So I have this kind of Pelican case, but it's a Thomann case, a bit cheaper, has worked just fine. So the amp and the cab sim and the DI box that goes here to the bottom like this. Then the XLR cables go here, so these XLRs go here and to the mixing desk. Here's a spare cable. Here's some spare parts for the tempo board. And this is the power cables for the AMP1 and for the new neighbor. The DI box is passive, so that doesn't need any power. Like this, it goes here. And then this one. And then this one. And then the cable loom that goes here and then closed. And here's my whole guitar rig. And there's a, nice handle like this. So really cool. Hopefully you enjoyed this and found this interesting and informative. Until next time, take care. Bye. See you on the road in 2024.